On today's video, we're going to talk about why I think it's a horrible idea for you to fix your own credit, okay? Just because you've watched a few videos online or on YouTube or downloaded a few letter templates, now you think you're an expert when it comes to fixing credit. And today I'm going to actually change your mind. You should not be fixing your credit, okay? Not by yourself. You need to hire a good company, very, very reputable company to work on your credit. So let's go ahead and get started on this video. If you do not know who I am, name is Brian Otieno, founder of Pantech Consulting Group. And what we do is we help business owners, consumers just like yourself, get wiser and smarter with their money moves, okay? So again, on today's video, we're gonna talk about why it's a horrible idea for you. I know you've been thinking about it. And I know you don't wanna cough up the money to have somebody to fix your credit. We're gonna talk about why it's a bad idea, a bad, horrible idea for you to fix your own credit, okay? Point number one. Consumers do not understand the process, okay? And let me make my point here. Usually most consumers think that if they pay something off, then it should be actually good, okay? I talk to people all the time as it pertains to their credit, and I talk to them about a report. They usually, the first thing they say is, I'm gonna go ahead and pay it off, okay? You're literally kicking yourself in the foot, especially when you pay bad debt, okay? You don't wanna be paying off any collections on your credit report. And let me kind of give you an example, because I know that might not make any sense, because you're probably thinking that, okay, if I pay it off, isn't that good? Well, yes and no, okay? So to give you an example here is, number one, let's just say, for example, you've had a collection on your credit report and it's been on your credit report for 5 years, okay? Based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and I know you've been looking this up, information can be reported on your credit for up to 7 years. Now, this item, given this example, has only been reported on there for 5 years. So what that means is an additional 2 years, and that item will come off the credit report, right? Technically speaking. So now, let's just say you win the lottery today and you want to start working on your credit, and you contact that collection company and you decide to make a payment on that $500 collection so you can fix your credit, okay? What you just did is kick yourself in the foot. So now this item is not going to come off your credit report for another 7 years from the date that you made the payment. I mean, come on. So that's my point right there. They don't understand how this stuff works. You don't understand how this stuff works. And that's one of the number one reason that I always preach, never pay collections, never pay charge-off, never pay any negative debt unless you have an agreement with the companies for them to remove the items off your credit report, okay? That's critically important. Point number two that I want to make is most people do not even understand that there is state laws that do govern their credit profile and their credit report, and that can actually help them as it pertains to removing items off the credit report. We're going to go back to this example that I just gave you. Okay, you owe $500 and you've owed that $500 for 5 years, and it's been reporting on your credit report for 5 years. Okay, a lot of people forget that there is such a thing called statute on limitations on debts, meaning the time allowable by law based on your state. The Fair Credit Reporting Act governs reporting of items from a federal standpoint. Statute of limitations govern the legality of debts in your state. Each state has a different statute of limitation. I'm probably going to have a link below. I provided a statute of limitations chart where you can be able to take a look at it and see what your state, what the statute of limitation is. So this collection company, for example, there's certain states that have a 3-year statute of limitation. That's the lowest I've seen it, okay? So that means after 3 years, that collection company has no legal rights to collect on that debt, okay? Now, certain states even say that they have no legal right to also verify that debt either. Now, we all know, if you've been looking up some research on credit, it's all about the information being verified. You dispute it with the credit bureaus and they have to contact the furnisher, which means the collection companies, and they have to verify the information. If the information cannot be verified, the items come off your credit report. So there you go. I just told you. If you did this and you paid off that item off the credit report, what that does is you reset the 7-year rule, and you also just paid a debt that you weren't even legally supposed to pay. You simply just would have been disputed that account, and just by simple dispute, you would have got the item off your credit profile. That's point number two, and that's why you need to work with a reputable credit consulting company that can help you actually remove these items off your credit report. Now, point number three is you don't know what you're going to do. Let's just say you're lucky, okay, you're like me, okay, you go out there and you did that, you're the lucky charm, and you get all the items off your credit report. That does not mean you're going to have a 700 score. Okay? Working with a reputable company will help you actually start rebuilding your credit. One of the biggest mistakes that I see out there is people spend thousands and thousands of dollars buying authorized user accounts as a way to rebuild their credit. And what I consider authorized user accounts is a very expensive Band-Aid. People spend $3,000, $5,000. I've seen $8,000 on authorized user accounts. You should have just got a secured credit card. Okay, you should have got 2 or 3 secured credit cards if you're going to spend that much money. Authorized user accounts are a very temporary Band-Aid. They're very expensive temporary Band-Aid. They do not stay on your credit report for long. Do they have an effect on your score? Yes, but it's a very short-term temporary fix. What I try to focus on with all my clients is what I consider a permanent fix, okay? We try to build your credit what I call organically, okay? We make sure that you build it with your own accounts that belong to you. You establish good relationship with lenders that can definitely convert a secured credit card into a revolving account, and you kind of grow from there. So no, those are the 3 reasons that I wanted to give you, because I know you've been thinking about fixing your own credit, okay? And it's not a good idea for you to do that. You need to work with a reputable company. Payntech Consulting Group is one of those companies that you need to consider. All I have to say is check out our reviews. Okay, we've been in this industry for years, and we don't just fix people's credit. The reason why we got into the credit industry is because we offer funding to business owners and clients. And the people that didn't qualify, we didn't just want to put them in the trash. So we developed a division to focus on fixing these people's file with the objective of getting them the funding that they need, okay? So don't work with a company out there. This is another tip again. Don't work with a company out there that just focuses on fixing your credit or removing negative items, because what's going to happen once you remove the negative items? You still need to rebuild the credit. We work with you one-on-one to make sure that you rebuild that credit. If you don't see an improvement of about 80% on your credit profile within 90 days, you get 100% of your money back. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to come on here, share some of my thoughts, drop something about it. I know you were thinking about saving some of that money and trying to do this yourself. It's probably not a good idea because you don't understand, and we can go all day. These are just 3 tips that I want to share with you why it's a bad idea for you to fix your own credit. So anyway, there's going to be links below on how you can get in touch with me. Let's schedule an appointment. We offer a free consultation. It doesn't cost you anything to find out how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take to fix your credit. As always, I appreciate you for joining me today, and you have a good rest of your day.